Today's recipe is one of my favorite keto vegan treats, peanut butter fat bombs. Now, this recipe comes out to 1 net carb per fat bomb, 1 gram of protein, 21 grams of fat, and 198 calories. So this is a very high calorie, high fat, low carb meal, perfect for the keto vegan diet.
They're essentially Reese's peanut butter cups.
No, they're better than Reese's peanut butter cups because they're healthy and they fight cancer.
And that's something that you're going through as well.
What, are you making fun of my cancer? It's rude to make fun of a cancer patient on YouTube. Didn't you know that? You're gonna get blocked. This is a really easy recipe to make. Here's the ingredients you're gonna need. It starts with coconut oil.
Yeah, so coconut oil is great because it is packed with what's called medium chained triglycerides. We're a really great, fast burning, healthy fat for you.
It also makes it taste like coconut, and that's delightful.
Exactly.
Our next ingredient is 100% pure cocoa powder.
Or the fancy term, cacao powder. And the reason why you wanna have this is because it is basically the most natural form of cocoa that you can get. Doesn't have any sugar in it, full of antioxidants.
Our next ingredient is 100% pure erythritol, which is a sugar substitute, a zero-carb sugar substitute.
Yes, and don't be fooled by the back when it says 12 carbs, because it's actually made from what's called sugar alcohol, which basically negates all of that. It is derived from corn, so if you do have a corn allergy, you're gonna wanna find a different substitute. We like this, though it tastes awesome.
I have sort of a little bit of a corn allergy. I use this all the time and I don't really feel too much of the effects. You have to listen to your own body. And that brings us to vanilla extract.
Yeah, so you wanna get organic vanilla extract, preferably ones without any filler ingredients. A lot of those cheapos like to put in different chemicals inside. So keep it clean, whatever brand you like.
And here's the most controversial item is the peanut butter.
Yes, right now we are using Justin's peanut butter, but you don't have to use Justin's. You can use any other types of organic, clean peanut butter products. Don't want to use Skippy or Jif or some of those big brands. They're packed with sugar, they're GMO, they're not good for you.
But we don't freak out about whether it's Justin's or whether it's a keto peanut butter or whether it's Laura Scudder's, whatever. As long as it's low in carb, as long as there's low sugar, no sugar, and we look for clean ingredients, then we're pretty happy with what we use. Now you're gonna need a mixing bowl. You're also gonna need some of these mini cups, these mini baking cups, and then some type of powerful blender. We love our Vitamix Pro. So we're gonna start by putting your 1 cup of coconut oil into your blender, or if you have a food processor, that'll work just fine. Then add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of erythritol, and then add your vanilla extract. Oops, more than, oops, oh well. We'll just taste it, yeah. Now you're gonna just grab your blender and start to shake it. Then you're gonna blend it in your processor until you have a smooth chocolate sauce. Now we're gonna lay out our mini baking cups on the baking tray where we're gonna pour in our mixture and begin the cooling process. Now we've poured our chocolate mixture into a bowl and we're using a tablespoon here that will dip into the chocolate, and you wanna fill half of the baking cup, okay? That's really key. Then we're gonna let them cool. Once they're cooled, we'll add the peanut butter, we'll add the rest on top. So it ends up being about 2 half cups per tablespoon. So if you wanted to just use 1 tablespoon, you could do that as well. And now we're gonna put them in the refrigerator. Babe, would you stop that?
I'm sorry, it smells so good.
Now we're gonna put them in the refrigerator to cool, and it might take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
Well, depending on how ghetto your refrigerator is.
Now, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I actually have a motion sensor camera inside of my refrigerator to see if my kids are sneaking in here. Not really much to do with this recipe, but a fun little tidbit of my life that I thought I'd share with you.
All right, so now that the bottom layer of our dish is cooled and ready to go, we can now add the peanut butter. And we wanna have that cool so that it's a nice flat surface and it doesn't mix together. We want it nice and layered. So we're ready to plop that peanut butter right in on each cup.
It's also important with the peanut butter that you don't do too much. Really just a little dollop in the middle is gonna be fine. Remember that peanut butter is gonna be the highest carbohydrate part of this dish. Once you've added your peanut butter middle, now we're gonna fill the rest of it up with the chocolate coating. So I'm gonna take a spoonful again and just cover it. And I wanna make sure that I really can kind of cover the top. If a little bit sticks up, that's okay. It kind of makes it a little bit more fun. So now we're gonna repeat that for all of our peanut butter cups here.
And now we're gonna put this back in the refrigerator for a few minutes and wait for those to cool.
And when they're all cooled, you will have a delicious set of peanut butter fat bombs that have huge amounts of fat, high calories, very, very low carb, and they make a perfect sweet treat. You can make them in a big baking cup like this one, or you can make them in the small baking cups, which I like for my on the go. But let's go ahead and cut into this right now and see the yumminess on the inside. So just take a look at that. That just looks delicious. So here you go, my love. Why don't you try a bite of that? I'll try a bite of this. What do you think? I really love
Amazing.
the texture to it. Very coconutty, peanut buttery. Definitely not something you want to let sit in the sun.
No, definitely not. So if you are on the go and you want this as like, you know, a to-go snack, make sure and put it on some ice in a cooler, or at home, just keep it in the refrigerator until you're ready to eat it.
Right. And if you want to see more keto vegan meals and anti-cancer meals, then subscribe to this channel. The oil is coming out of my mouth. Subscribe to this channel and join us in our Facebook group as you guys, we're documenting my journey from stage 4 terminal cancer to full remission, and changing my diet to a keto vegan diet has been so helpful in shrinking the cancer in my body. So I hope you enjoy making these foods and join us in the Facebook group. Watch the next video for more great recipes.